Lunge Pose. Stand at the end of your mat with your feet hip-width apart and parallel with each other. Breathe in and stretch your arms overhead. Breathe out and rotate your torso forward from your hips, bending your knees and placing your hands on the floor. Lift your chest and look slightly forward. Breathe in and take a big step back with your left foot. Breathe out and bend your right knee, bringing your right thigh parallel to the floor and your knee directly over the heel. This alignment is important since it avoids putting strain on the knee, so take a moment to get a good position. You may need to step your left foot a little further back. Now, with a strong exhalation, extend your left leg and straighten the knee, pressing the left heel back as though into something solid and slightly lifting the inner thigh. Feel how strong your legs are. Trusting that support, relax your hips. Keeping your hands on the floor, breathe in to lift your head and chest. Breathe out and roll your shoulders away from your ears. Direct your gaze forward and slightly down, continuing to breathe steadily. Keep the sound of your breath in the lower back throat by focusing on each out breath being steady, quiet, and constant. Continue to strongly extend your left leg. Now breathe in and pushing off from your left foot, step forward, and breathing out, return to standing forward bend with bent knees and hands on the floor. Pause to feel the warmth and sensation of your newly awakened right hip. Now, inhale and step your right foot back. Exhale and bend your left knee, bringing your left thigh parallel to the floor and aligning your left knee directly over the heel. Also, strongly root the ball of the left foot into the floor. Now extend your right leg, straightening the knee and pressing the right heel back. Slightly lift the inner right thigh to bring the right thigh bone closer to the back of the leg. Keeping your legs strong and supportive, relax your hips. And with your hands still on the floor, breathe in and raise the chest and head. Breathe out, roll your shoulders away from your ears, directing your gaze forward and slightly down. The sound of your breath continues to move out and in to your lower back throat. This breathing is called Ujjayi breathing in yoga and helps us to stay focused and steady in our poses. Breathing in, push off from your right foot. Breathe out, step forward into standing forward bend. Slowly straighten your knees. Inhaling, extend forward through your arms and breathe out to stand back up to mountain pose. Lowering your arms to your sides. Child pose. Sit upright on your heels with your knees hip-width apart. If you're unable to sit on your heels, sit on a block placed between your feet. Rest your hands on your thighs and close your eyes. Let the passive weight of your hands and the relaxing quality of your exhalation undo tension from your upper thighs, allowing you to root your hips deeply to your heels. Continue this releasing action for several more steady, passive breaths. Now, lean forward onto your hands. Keep your hips grounded as you walk your hands forward, letting your abdomen, then your ribs, and your chest rest on your thighs. Only then lay your head on the floor. In child pose, it's more important to keep your hips near your heels than to put your head on the floor. So if necessary, fold your arms and rest them under your forehead. Close your eyes and breathe steadily. Don't be surprised if you can't bend deeply enough to even rest your head on your forearms. If that's the case, modify the pose by using your bolster. Sit up and place the bolster or several folded blankets between your thighs, and with an exhalation, rest your torso on the bolster. This spinal modification is deeply relaxing and soothing. In fact, however practiced, this simple pose is quite powerful, more so than it appears at first glance. With each slow and passive breath, sink more deeply into your legs or bolster. Child pose is a natural tranquilizer as much as it is a hip opener. Savor the liberation and comfort of simply letting go. Feel your lower back ribs rise and fall on the rhythm of each passive breath. And allow your exhalation to ground your hips more deeply onto your heels or block. On your next breath in, sit back upright and breathing out, bring your legs out from under your hips and re-straighten them. Lying down, half lotus. Lie on your back with your knees bent and the soles of your feet on the floor. Bring your left foot up, resting it on its side on your right thigh near the knee. Flex your foot to support the ankle and the knee. Now pick up your right foot and reach round your leg, holding it firmly. Place your left elbow on the inner left thigh and exhaling, pull your right knee towards your chest while pressing your left elbow against the inner thigh. Relax your upper body to the floor and breathe steadily. A quiet sound in and out of your lower back throat. Inhale and release your leg, lowering your feet back to the floor. Now bring your right foot up, placing it on its side on your left thigh near the knee. flex your foot. Lift your left foot and reach round your left leg, holding it firmly, and press your right elbow against the inner right thigh. Exhale and pull your left knee in while pressing your right elbow against your inner right thigh. Rest your upper body on the floor and breathe steadily. Inhale and release your leg and lower your feet back to the floor. Cobblers pose. For Cobblers pose, sit with the soles of your feet together and your knees apart, positioning your feet about a foot in front of your hips. Breathing in, draw your lowest abdomen back and up to rotate your pelvis forward and lift and elongate your spine. If you cannot yet do this, fold a blanket under your hips as high as you need for an upright pelvis and spine. Holding your feet, pull them as close to your hips as you can without compromising the upright pelvis. Continue to sit upright for several steady breaths, gently opening the chest, relaxing your neck, and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Once you are able to sit in Cobbler's pose with an upright pelvis and spine, try this variation. Place your hands on the floor a few inches in front of your feet, and with an exhalation, separate the soles of your feet like you're opening a book. Though you are now bending forward, keep your heart open and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Any rounding of the back is very slight. Moving with the flow of your exhalation, walk your hands forward as far as your hips will allow, and remember, open heart, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and only a very slight rounding of your back. Muscular resistance in your inner thighs may prevent you from rotating your pelvis enough that you can rest your head on the floor. Of course, if you can, do so, but don't think you must have your head on the floor to do this pose well. In fact, one of the goals of yoga, finding the balance between effort and surrender, occurs at barriers where to go further might be injurious, and to do less would be no challenge at all. If you have arrived at such a barrier, simply close your eyes and tune in to your breathing, letting the combination of time and your attention help your body gradually adapt to the movement Cobbler's pose requires. You may find that the gentle massage to the muscles that comes by mindful breathing allows you to actually walk your hands slightly further forward. As in all forward bends, your breathing is slow and steady. Keep your breath out slightly longer than your breath in, allowing you to enjoy the calming and quietening benefits of this pose. Breathe in and slowly sit back upright. Breathe out and straighten your legs. Cow-faced pose. Sit on your mat in a crossed leg position with the left ankle in front of the right. Place your hands on the floor behind your back and pressing your hands into the floor, lift your hips up, sliding your right foot to the side of your left hip. Sit back down, holding your left leg, pull your left foot beside the right hip. Your left knee is now directly over your right, and your feet are by the hips. Now flex the feet slightly to create internal support in your knees and ankles. Exhaling, pull your lowest abdomen back and up to bring your pelvis upright and elongate your spine. If you have trouble crossing your legs or can't bring the pelvis and spine upright, place a folded blanket or even a block under your hips. Now bend your left arm behind your back with the palm facing out and the hand between the shoulder blades if possible. Bring your right arm behind your back to hold the left elbow or your forearm. Close your eyes and consciously relax your left neck and shoulder. Feel your breath moving in and out of your upper left ribs, creating a gentle massage that helps undo tension from your left shoulder. Now stretch your right arm forward in front of the chest, and with an exhalation, bring it up by the ear, keeping the elbow straight. Exhale and rotate your outer right shoulder forward and bend the elbow, reaching behind your head to hold your left hand. Keep your outer right shoulder rotating forward. You may not be able to hold your hand yet. If not, take a belt in your right hand and once again stretch the arm up, bend the elbow and reach behind your head, grabbing the belt with your left hand. Keep your pelvis upright as you exhale and press your head back into your arms without lifting your chin. It's important to continue rotating your outer right shoulder forward and to breathe steadily. Now inhale as you release your arms and legs, and exhale, returning to a crossed leg position, this time crossing your right ankle in front of the left. As before, press your hands into the floor and lift your hips so you can slide your left foot now to the side of your right hip. Sit back down and pull your right foot to the side of your left hip. With an exhalation, rotate your pelvis upright and elongate the spine. Bring your right arm behind your back, positioning it between the shoulder blades if possible, with the palm facing out. Hold your right elbow or forearm in your left hand and pause to relax your right neck and shoulder. Strong shoulders are often quite inflexible, and restoring this flexibility requires as much surrender as it does effort. So don't underestimate the value of the time you're spending right now simply trying to let go of built-up tension in your shoulder. Close your eyes and feel the gentle shoulder massage as your breath moves in and out of your upper side ribs. Simply let your right arm rest in your left hand. You may be able to relax to the point of pushing your hand a little higher up towards your neck. Now inhale and stretch the left arm forward. Exhale and raise the arm overhead, keeping the arm close to the ear. Using an out breath, rotate your outer left shoulder forward, a movement that helps protect the shoulder from injury. To hold the right hand, using a belt if necessary. Continue to rotate the outer left shoulder forward, and exhaling, press your head into your arms without lifting the chin. Breathe steadily. Now inhale as you release your arms and exhale to return your legs to a crossed-legged position.